The lights begin to dim. One by one they go out, the lights mirrored in the visor. A line of engines sings a deep, hungry song. The sound is a physical thing, a vibration through the ground. It travels up into your chest, making your heart beat faster in time with the machines. In the fading daylight of 2025, October 30th, the air grows thick with anticipation. The crowd becomes a distant hum, a wave of noise that pulls back from the edge of the track. It's a moment suspended in time, both endless and fleeting. In one small cockpit, a driver sits perfectly still. His world has shrunk to the size of his helmet. Outside, the flash of a camera briefly illuminates the polished carbon fiber of his car. He can feel the immense energy of the engine vibrating through the custom-molded seat, a living creature waiting for a single command to be unleashed. He takes one slow, deliberate breath, the air hissing softly inside his helmet. He feels the grip of his gloves on the wheel. He feels his heart, a steady drum against the roaring symphony of the grid. This is not just the start of a race. This is the culmination of 1,000 unseen hours. The garage wakes up long before the sun. Mechanics are the first to arrive, their footsteps echoing in the cavernous space. They carry toolboxes heavy with a lifetime of use and steaming mugs of coffee that cut through the chill air. The atmosphere is a unique blend of smells. The sharp tang of cleaning fluid, the earthy scent of fresh rubber, and the heavy pervasive aroma of motor oil. Cars, stripped of their aerodynamic skins, sit exposed on lifts like metallic skeletons. Racks of spare tires wait patiently in neat rows, their surfaces pristine. Plans, charts, weather maps, held down by stray tools and empty mugs. A low murmur of conversation fills the space. The crew talks in a kind of shorthand, a language born of shared experience and immense pressure. They point at laptop screens displaying endless columns of data, discussing the subtle changes in track temperature or the humidity in the air. A whiteboard is covered in handwritten notes, target lap times, setup changes, reminders about specific procedures. Every person has a role, a territory within this small kingdom of steel and carbon fiber. They move with a quiet efficiency, their actions precise and economical. There's no wasted motion, no hesitation. They are preparing for a battle. Their weapons are wrenches and data. Each car is more than just a machine. It is a complex, living thing that demands constant attention, perfect balance, and unwavering trust. The car is a masterpiece of engineering, but it is also a puzzle. Every single piece, the largest aerodynamic wing to the smallest screw holding the dashboard in place, has been designed, tested, and optimized for a single purpose: speed. The work to prepare this one machine for one race is monumental. It involves hundreds of people, thousands of hours, millions of dollars. The carbon fiber chassis, light yet incredibly strong, is the core. Around it, the team builds a complex system of suspension, electronics, cooling. Before each session, the setup is meticulously calibrated. The ride height is adjusted with micrometer precision. The springs and the dampers are chosen to match the specific bumps and curves of the track. The brake balance is shifted slightly forward or backward to suit the driver's preference. This process is a delicate dance between science and feel. The engineers rely on their data and simulation models, but they also listen intently to the driver's feedback. The driver is the ultimate sensor. A new front wing design might take months to develop. Initial computer simulations, wind tunnel testing, and finally its first run on the track. Every part has a specific lifespan, measured in kilometers. After a certain distance, components are retired, even if they show no visible signs of wear. The team cannot afford the risk of a failure at 300 kilometers per hour. This intricate machine is designed to be pushed to its absolute limit, but it is also fragile. A small piece of debris can slice through a radiator, leading to a catastrophic engine failure. A minor electronic glitch can shut the entire system down in an instant. They treat the car with respect and paranoia, double-checking every connection, torquing every bolt to the exact specification. They are building a vessel of hope, a physical manifestation of their collective ambition. One perfect lap is the reward for all of it. Long before the helmet goes on, the driver's work begins. They train like elite athletes, hours in the gym, core strength, neck strength, prepared to withstand huge G-forces in high-speed cornering, and heavy braking. They run for miles for cardiovascular endurance. Heart rate stays elevated across a 2-hour race. Reflex training on specialized machines. reactions honed to control a car on the edge of grip. This is not for glory, it's for survival. Training isn't just physical. Countless hours in the simulator. A machine that replicates car and track. Perfect line through corners. Precise braking point at a hairpin. Subtle bumps that can unsettle the car. Lap after lap until it becomes instinct. A place to experiment. A place to test limits safely. Final minutes. The driver finds a quiet space. Sponsors fade away. Engineers fade away. Media fades away. They sit in the cockpit. It's part of them. 5-point harness locks them in. Custom-molded seat pressing their back. The helmet feels heavy. The fireproof suit is tight. Air tastes sterile and filtered. Only the hum of electronics. Only their own breathing. It is strange and lonely. Solitude where fear lives. Every driver feels it. A cold knot in the stomach. A quiet whisper of what could go wrong. They've learned to use it. Fear becomes a tool. It sharpens the senses. It focuses the mind. It floods the body with adrenaline. They acknowledge the fear. Hold it for a moment. Let it settle into heightened awareness. The fear is real. And it makes them ready. Just, ready to go. The pit stop is a sudden, violent interruption of the race's flow. It is a moment of controlled chaos where time itself seems to warp. The car screams down the pit lane, decelerates with brutal force, and stops on a mark no bigger than a dinner plate. For a few seconds, the engine's roar is gone. The high-pitched scream of air guns, the clatter of tools, the clipped, urgent shouts of the crew. The team waits in disciplined formation, poised like sprinters in starting blocks, eyes locked on the approaching car. Each person has one and only one job. No room for improvisation. Jackmen at the front, jackmen at the rear. They lift the 700-kilo car in less than a second. Wheel gun operators attack the single lug nut. Movement's a blur of practiced efficiency. Tire changers pull off the hot, worn rubber. Slap on a fresh set. An adjuster makes a tiny wing change. A perfectly choreographed dance. A 3-second ballet. Under unimaginable pressure. The driver is stillness and trust. Hands on the wheel. Eyes on the lollipop or the light. Trust the jacks. Trust the wheels. Trust the crew to clear the way. One deep breath. And they wait. Outside the visor. Motion. Inside. Suspended calm. Then, it's over. The car drops back with a thud. The green light flashes. The driver dumps the clutch. The car launches back into the lane. The crew steps back. They breathe again. Mistakes cost everything. Fumbled wheel nut. Seconds lost. Slow stop. Position lost. A loose wheel. Race over. Danger. The perfect pit stop. An invisible victory. A tiny triumph that can decide everything. The final light goes dark. For a fraction of a second, there is a profound silence. A collective intake of breath across the entire circuit. Then, the world explodes. Engines scream to their limit. Tires bite into the asphalt. The cars surge forward in a wave of controlled violence. Behind the polished glamour of race day lies a world of relentless, often thankless work. The days in the garage frequently bleed into long nights, especially when a problem arises. Under the harsh glare of artificial lights, mechanics will work until the early hours, their faces smudged with grease and fatigue. Broken components are not simply discarded, they are carefully disassembled, measured, analyzed. This dedication is fueled by a stubborn refusal to be beaten by a piece of metal or a faulty wire. It is a quiet, dogged pursuit of perfection. Racing is a brutally expensive sport. The cost of fuel, travel, research, development is astronomical. A single front wing can cost more than a luxury road car. A large part of the team's effort is spent away from the track, writing reports, managing budgets, maintaining sponsor relationships. The logos on the car are not just decorations, they are the lifeblood of the team. They represent the partnerships that pay for the parts, the salaries, the dream of competing. Many people in the sport do this work not for wealth, but because they are driven by a deep, unshakable love for it. The physical toll is not limited to the drivers. Mechanics spend their careers lifting heavy tires and gearboxes, their bodies absorbing the strain. They work in awkward positions, their hands exposed to hot fluids and sharp metal edges. Over time, their hands become a roadmap of their profession. Scars, calluses, grease stains. The unseen side of racing also touches the families and friends who are left behind. This network of silent support is as crucial as any part on the car. A quiet anchor, in a world of constant motion. A crash is a sudden, violent tearing of the race's fabric. One moment, the car is a streak of color and speed. The next, it is a chaotic tangle of metal and shattered carbon fiber, sliding to a halt in a cloud of dust and smoke. On the television broadcast, it is a moment of high drama. In the team's garage, it is a moment of sickening silence. Every head turns to the monitor, every conversation stops. The only sound is the frantic, distorted voice of the driver over the radio, confirming he is okay. A collective, silent breath of relief is released. The man is safe. The machine is not. The car, when it is returned to the garage, is a heartbreaking sight. It is a physical representation of thousands of hours and millions of dollars now broken and twisted. The team gathers around it, their faces grim. They don't see a wreck. They see their work in pieces, the front wing gone, suspension bent, bodywork shredded. A driver may walk back, stunned, replaying the split second where it all went wrong. In these moments, the team's character is revealed. There is no yelling, no placing blame. They gather in a tight circle. They breathe. They begin the slow, methodical process of assessment. Clean, document, decide what can be salvaged and what must be replaced. Some nights end in long, arduous repairs against the clock. Other nights end in quiet anger and frustration, the damage too severe. The team might share a silent beer, the loss hanging unspoken between them. Not all races end in the devastation of a crash. Many end in the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. Some end in the pure elation of victory. A win is never just one thing. It is a complex alchemy of raw driving skill, brilliant strategy, flawless execution, a crucial dose of good luck. Driver crosses the finish line first. The crowd becomes a physical wave of joy. On the pit wall, the team erupts. They leap the wall and rush to greet the car. The car and driver pull into Parc Fermé. Celebration releases pent-up tension. Hugs, faces streaked with sweat and tears. Loud, uninhibited laughter. A mechanic, hands black with grease, wipes his eyes with the back of his sleeve. The exhausted driver climbs slowly from the cockpit. He is lifted onto the shoulders of his crew. He raises a gloved fist to the sky. Later, he will stand on the podium and lift a trophy. But the real joy isn't the polished metal. Real joy is the shared memory of the long work behind it. The freezing cold morning when they found a small engine problem. The late-night debate over a setup change that proved the right call. The perfect 3-second pit stop that swung the race. Victory belongs to the engineers analyzing data, to the mechanics turning wrenches, to strategists making the call, to the driver delivering on track. In the end, a race is so much more than the time displayed on the clock. It is a human story of sweat, sacrifice, 1,000 small sacred tasks performed in the shadows, people who see something broken and know how to fix it, engineers who find speed in lines of code, mechanics who feel a loose bolt by instinct, a driver who trusts them with his life, a family waiting at home, quiet, steady support, a shared, unspoken faith. The team will be ready. Lights go down again, another track, another day. Cockpit, a slow breath, hands on the wheel. The garage this morning, coffee, tires, a late night a week ago, a mechanic repairing a tiny electronic part, a race engineer whispering final advice. The world narrows to a ribbon of asphalt, the car ahead. He pushes. The car answers. It feels alive, an extension of his will. 10 minutes, one lap, nothing else exists. Man and machine, singular focus. The noise, the speed, the G-forces, pure performance. This is what they work for. Checkered flag falls, engines silence, team cleans up, pack tools, download data, begin analysis, learn from mistakes, celebrate successes, sleep for a few hours, get up and do it again.